Hello everybody, it's Murder Muffin here on the Geek Experience YouTube channel, and today we're talking about Days Gone. Now, I've been playing a good bit of this game. As of recording, I've played about 15 hours. I've heard the game is about 30 hours, so I'm about halfway. And I've got to admit that I have been enjoying this game a lot more than I thought I would. Jumping into this game, I was a bit sour because, one, I'm not a big fan of open world games. Their maps are normally like really big but empty, and there's like a million side quests that have nothing to do with anything. Stuff like that. That, I kind of feel like the zombie fad has coming on. There was just like a huge saturation of the market for a while there. But like I said, I've been liking it so far. You play as Deacon St. John. He's a biker that gets caught up in the zombie apocalypse, and he spends most of the game trying to figure out what happened to his wife. They got separated about 2 years ago when the outbreak actually first started. It's a pretty basic story, but it's solid. Which is actually how I describe most of this game. It's constantly elaborating on that central story while also throwing in meaningful distractions via the other characters you encounter. Boozer is a fellow biker and Deacon's best buddy. He gives you kind of quests that are based off of supporting the camp you two share, as well as urging you to upgrade your bike so that the two of you can run away in search of a better place to live. Preferably one that's not full of face-eating monsters. Then there are like the different campsites that barter for Deacon's time. Each of them need help with different issues like bandit attacks, recruiting, hunting for food, and other different things that they need help with. And they each offer different things for the help, such as bike upgrades or weapons. I feel like in most open world games, these are kind of unfocused side quests that distract from the main story, which if you're like me is a really big put off. But Days Gone doesn't do that like at all. Almost every mission feels in one way or another like you're moving in the same direction. It's an organized mess of tasks and world building that help keep from getting too overwhelmed. They save that for the zombies. Lots and lots of zombies. Well, they actually call them like freakers. Literally nobody cares. Side note, why does every story that involves zombies, like why do they feel they need to call them something else? I know they're zombies, you know they're zombies, just call them zombies. But anyways, the zombie types aren't too interesting. You have your standard fodder troops, the swarmers. You have your screamers that yell and stun you. And you have your big strong boys, or just strong zombies. They do have these things that they call newts, which are infected children, which is actually kind of cool. I haven't really seen that too much in video games or in zombies in general. But the rest are pretty forgettable. Hordes, however, hordes are cool. Now, we did see those at E3 a few years back during like playtest demos, but watching them on screen, like during a press conference, does not do justice to turning around a corner and seeing hundreds of zombies. And all you can do is just hope that they do not see you. It's really intimidating, and it's something that I haven't really played too much in any game, let alone just zombie games. It's a lot like that first time you watch the scene from World War Z where all the zombies are climbing over themselves and up a wall. It's just absolute like batshit crazy, and they capture it really well in this game. A lot of people have been saying that they don't actually show up until later in the game, like 20 plus hours late game, but I ran into them in like my first maybe 4 hours and a second one shortly after that. So like I don't know. I guess I got lucky. But these are by far Days Gone at its best. Of course, they're also like the big selling point. The second selling point really being the bike, which is pretty cool to customize and is a nice way to travel the fairly large map quickly and engagingly. But the bike management mechanics did get a bit tedious. The bike takes damage every time it hits anything, even zombies. And after it takes so much damage, you have to repair it, which requires you to walk around and gather scrap if you didn't already have it on you. Match that with a deceivingly small fuel tank, and you could be walking around for a while actually searching for the stuff that you need. And gas tanks only seem to spawn whenever you don't need them. They're nowhere. Of course, you can repair and refuel at encampments for a little bit of coin, and your gas tank normally has enough gas to get you to and from your mission with no problem. But forget to refuel once on the wrong mission and you might have to ditch your bike to a horde, which you'll have to go back and get later because you literally can do nothing without the bike. Materials are also a huge part of this game as well. You'll spend probably a good 20% of your time picking up ingredients for like Molotovs or bandages, and if you don't, you will die. The combat isn't that hard, but if you aren't prepared, it's easy to run out of ammo or to have your weapons break on you. The gunplay is awful actually. If I wasn't fighting a boss, I pretty much use stealth or melee attacks. Bats and axes work really well. Aiming, not so much. It felt really sluggish and inaccurate. And why waste 10 bullets on a guy when you can duck and stab him from behind? The guns just didn't work for me. Even after a couple of upgrades that were supposed to stabilizing the aim, it just, I don't know, it didn't work. Now, I did say earlier that I've played about through halfway through this game, and if I'm being honest, I probably won't play too much further. It's not a bad game. It's playable, and it's actually kind of good. Everything works, and it's the most fun I've ever had in an open world experience. The repetitive nature in the missions and like world events leave me feeling I've seen everything Days Gone has to offer. Yeah, it's fun to take out a horde of zombies, but I really don't feel like doing it 36 more times. Zombie nests once was enough for me, and bandit camps are just boring in any game. The story was interesting, but when the cutscenes are the only thing keeping me playing a video game, I think it's time for me to put down the controller and watch on YouTube or something. Overall, I'd say Days Gone is pretty good for people looking at getting into open world games. Maybe you've never played one before, or maybe you have, but found them like too ambitious and didn't hold up. This is really good for that. I'd also suggest it to people that like to complete games, not just beat them. There's plenty to do, and you can hop in for a quick session, smash out a few nests, kill a couple zombies, and earn that plat. That's not a thing people say. However, if you're looking for a compelling story about zombies or a truly immersive experience, then this might not be the game for you. It's not really scary, Deacon is really the only character worth caring about, and the zombies don't really matter much. You honestly could be smashing pumpkins instead and it wouldn't really change the game. It might scratch a few itches, but it's not filling any cravings out there. And there you go. I feel like I've been waiting for this game forever. E3 2016 feels so long ago. Oh, and that's coming up soon. Of course, PlayStation's not going to be there this year. They've been doing the whole state of play thing, which has been kind of so far. But we'll see how that goes for them. I'm still excited to see what gets announced at this year's conference. But what about you guys? I do read every comment, so let me know what announcements you guys are excited for down in the comments below. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching the video. We've got a lot more coming at you real soon. Maybe some more game reviews, maybe some Detective Pikachu. But you'll have to subscribe to find out. And might as well ring the bell button while you're at it. But I have been Muffin, you guys have been amazing, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.